Okay, so I ordered this Madenal pump from Amazon. It was $119, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I had a really good bag. But let's have a look and see what's in it. So I like that these zip ties are on here because it makes me feel safe that it hasn't been used. So, as you can see, it's a pretty good bag. It's got some handles here, and it looks like you can also make a backpack out of it, which is really handy. Oh, wow. So inside we've got some free bags, breast milk storage bags, so that's great. Here we go. We've got the shields, the pumps, so they look nice. They've got nice covers on them. I really like how inside this bag, the sections on the bag keep everything separated. I know with my other breast pumps, they don't have that and everything turns out being a big mess. Okay, so these are the three pumps I own. I have the Medela swing, I have the Madenal double pump, and I have the Event pump. So the biggest physical difference looking at these pumps is these two both come with this soft gel insert, so I think that's a personal choice, but for me with the Medela, it was good for on the run, but if I used it too often I actually got really quite sore after a while, and it was a lot more comfortable coming back to this pump and this one. So machines wise, as you can see, the Medela swing and the Madenal, they're both portable, they have batteries, they both have power. These bottles never stand up very well with the Medelas. I know they have the bases, but I don't have them because I rarely use them. These bases I probably could go without, and they're still going to stand up quite nicely on their own, because really, who carries the bases around? Maybe not. There we go. So they're all much of a must. I guess that's why they make these bases, but who carries them around? Just a personal thing I'd like to let you know, I like the little size of these bottles because I always found it put a huge amount of pressure on me when pumping milk. Trying to pump into these enormous things, thinking that's how much milk I was supposed to pump, when really this is about the right size for an average woman. These, I think, were different cups that came with the Event. I just found these easier to use than the bottles themselves because my little one didn't drink out of the Event bottles. Okay, so let's get on to the machines themselves. A big factor is the noise. So let's see if we can hear the noise of the Medela. It's pretty good, this one. It was quite discreet when pumping on planes, and you couldn't hear this noise at all. Just that little buzz, which on a plane was fine. In normal life, yes, you would get a bit of attention in a meeting, but you get used to it. Okay, this is the Medela. And this is, I believe, even quieter than the Medela, which is pretty amazing, because I thought the Medela was quite quiet, but this one's great. And also, I'll go back to the other features. This one over here is the Beast, and it sounds like it too. It's quite a good pump though, so I used to put up with the noise at times if I needed a boost, but it was hard. The rest of the family did leave the room and I couldn't pump in the same room as baby, which was quite difficult. Now, let's look at all three of these next to each other, and there's some pretty obvious differences. So, this one here, as you'll see, this great big yellow thing, this is perhaps my favorite thing about this pump, because in the middle of the night, the last thing you want to do is have to wake up the little one with the light on. And this is the perfect night light as well. So I use this all the time, actually, this night light, so that's a huge plus for me for this one. The other thing I really like about it, if you look in here, it's got a timer on it, because once you pump, you've been pumping away for a while, you're focused on something else, you do lose track of how long you've pumped for. So I do really like that. I also like the simplicity of both of these pumps is the same. There's not so many steps, whereas if you go onto this one, I've got this. I always need to remember to move on to the next stage, and I need to make 3 choices. So this one, it goes straight on for me, and if I want it to go a bit higher, it can. And it goes into that nice slow mode, and I can see where I'm at here on this pump. I guess the next thing is milk-wise, so I'm not really going to pump in front of you all online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pump with each of these for 5 minutes, and I will get back to you with the results. Okay, so what I ended up doing to make this a bit of a fair experiment is pumping at the same time of day for 3 consecutive days, and it was 5-minute pump with each. So what we've got here is the Medela. Let's put these into a cup so we can see which one that is. And this is the Madenal. And the last one here is the event pump. So, as you can see, they're pretty much of a muchness, which surprises me actually, because I would have thought the event would have been a bit higher because it's a lot louder. But you know, this is an experiment with breast milk that we change every day depending on how we are. So from what I can see though, they're all about the same. And so then I guess we go back to the prices, and the Medela is about half the price of the other two. And comfort-wise, they're all about the same. I would actually say the Medela and the event are more comfortable than the Medela. As I said, with this sort of cup, or I'm not sure what that's called, a flange, I think they call it in the book. So with this sort of cup, it gets a little bit painful after a while, sometimes very painful, whereas these ones have the nice softer one that can be changed over time. As you can see, my event one's gotten a bit yucky over time. The other thing I wanted to mention is cleaning wise, they're all quite easy to clean. They've all got pretty similar setups inside, so especially the Medela one, you can get really into all their pieces, which is great. The Medela, at times I did have trouble getting cleaning in between these little ridges, was a bit tricky at times, and down in here was really, really tricky. So I'd like to see what the event has a bigger space down in there. I'll see if we can zoom in on that. See these little ridges in here with the Medela? It makes it really tricky to clean, whereas the event is like that. And this one also has the bigger ridge, so it's easier to clean in. Alright, well I think that's pretty much of a comparison. So now if I were to buy again, I would still probably... I did really like the event for comfort. The Medela I haven't used as long as the event, but if I had to choose between the Medela and the Medela, I would probably choose the Medela at this point, and they both have the function of going portable and using batteries. But at home, I did like my event. Alright, I hope that helped you ladies on your hunt for the perfect pump. I don't know if the perfect pump exists, but as long as it's producing the results. Thank you very much.